morning, everyone. There you are. I'll be out in just a minute, Morris. I'm working on it. Marty's been in and out. They went out at 7. My owl alert, the doorbell, the deer catchers went off at 6:52. And they were out there, and I went out and encouraged them to leave. And other than the fact that we got woke up, that was a weird time. But they have been coming through early morning, so Marianne's score 1 against the deer. There's my Morris buddy. Huh? You coming back out, Stripe, or are you going to catch the food in the house bowl? Catch it in the house bowl for a minute. Hi. Hi, come on. It's not confusing today. It's first thing in the morning. There you go, buddy. Good morning. Good morning. So we did survive the commotion at the environmental park last night. Sounded like everybody had a really good time. Yep, the deer were right in here, and that owl camera there on the blue feeder pole caught them. Like it was supposed to, like I'd hoped. I'm looking at this guy off the front porch, and it's just, I'm loving it. I'm just so enjoying it. Just taking a minute down here to check it out and enjoy in person. You know, none of these flowering things last quite as long as you want them to. I'm still not doing anything with the cut leaf coneflower because there's still a lot of seeds. Of course, the birds aren't desperate for seeds, but there's still a lot of seeds. You know, the vinca here was one hanging basket. That was basically 3 plants that I split, or 4 plants that I split into the pots. And it seems really happy here, so I think I'll plant vinca here next year too. And maybe add in some salvia, some red spike salvia like I have on the back side of the yard that the hummingbirds like. Mort man. Hi. Hello. You admiring the yard too? Don said, yeah, we might want to remove the receiver in the house when I go out in the morning if I'm going to spend a lot of time in the front yard. The owls were going off. The doorbell was chiming. It's got like, it's not a very sophisticated device, but it works, and it does have a few different sounds you can change the bell to.
Well, I'm out here at the Honda. The check fuel cap came on. Now, normally that wouldn't be a big deal, except for I have about 10 days to get it inspected before I have to pay a late fee. And you can't get it inspected without an emission check, and they can't check the emissions with the fuel cap message because it says not ready to test. So, me and Grok and YouTube. First thing, I've learned something. The little push, there is a push pin, so I was able to pop it out without destroying the lanyard. But the thing I wanted to make a video about is, you know, if you probably never gave any thought to it. First of all, this gas cap thing is a common thing with Hondas. It is. It's because it's part of the evaporative system. Anyway, so the guy said, "Oh, we'll clean inside here real good and all that stuff." And it's like, well, you know, wait a minute, something's not right. The O-ring, it doesn't go in there. The thing that seals it is just for this part right here at the top. So you got to get this nice and clean. So I cleaned that, and I didn't worry about cleaning it down in there. But the other guy on video, they said, you know, the OEM caps are the best. The aftermarket kits, the Amazon ones don't last long. But some guy said, hey, look, just take the O-ring off and turn it over. So I'm out. Maybe you can see this side. You can see that side. There's actually, this is the side that has been used for years and been making contact. This side, I agree with the guy. It's like brand new. So I'm just going to flip it over, which is what he suggested, after cleaning everything, and we're going to see if it's going to work. So y'all keep your fingers crossed. So it's here.
It is.
3 leak sensors and the little hub.
Yeah, the Yo-Link stuff we were talking about yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, somehow I told it to come Tuesday and give me 6% back. And one of the things is coming Tuesday, and this one showed up today. And well, the reason why I didn't just have them come to, if they would have said we'll deliver it by noon, I would have said, heck yeah, make Dawn install that this weekend. Bring it on. But I figured it'd show up at 6 p.m. And that's just like, you've delivered it the next day. If you delivered at 6 p.m., I don't care for my Lego stuff or whatever. So anyway, I'm cooking breakfast, and he's gonna try to hook up the leak detector and figure this hub thing out. Yeah, it comes with its own little thing. Yep. It came with everything you needed. It's not very big, but again, that's fine. Yeah, we're just going to hook that up to our Wi-Fi, and then the leak detectors to that. That device can have up to 128 Yo-Link devices on it. Right. So the one for the mailbox, to tell if the postal lady, when the camera card fills up and we pause, sometimes I can remember exactly where we were, and sometimes I can't. And this is one of those I can't. But anyway, I'm cooking breakfast, and Dom's going to get the speaker thing going. Oh, your mailbox thing is the thing that's coming Tuesday. I was saying our mail lady's about ready to have her second baby. Right. And she does have a partner that comes quite regular, too. Anyway, we'll know when she or he delivers the mail down there. Yeah, this technology is supposed to get through buildings much better than Wi-Fi. Low raw, L-O, capital L, little O, capital R, little A, but it's just this long range is supposed to be better than Bluetooth. It's good for a quarter mile. Right. So, which would cover any place in our yard. That's right. Yep. And we'll be testing it. Yeah, Grok said it goes through walls and brick and stuff better than Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So, I don't know. We'll find out. It's our first, I guess, time we've done that. The only other thing I wanted to mention is one of the owls out in the front yard, the motion detectors, also picked up a vehicle. So we had the driveway alert going off and the owl, which is fine because there's noises happening then anyway. That's right. And we put it on a switch so that we can create a routine not to run it during the time I'm normally outside in the front yard in the morning. So I'm not setting it off walking around. Or, if I am outside at some other time in the front yard, we can just tell A to disable it, to turn it off. That's right. Turn the switch off and on. That's right. Yeah. So we have options now for automation with when we want and don't want to receive the motion alerts. But I told Dawn I was willing to get up at 3 a.m. to go run off some deer. But she got up at 7 to do that because it went off at 7 o'clock. It did. But the cats normally get us up at around 6:30 or 7 anyway. I was already awake, but but I would have been much less happy if it would have actually woke me up. Wow, look at you. I know, I'm a lucky boy. And when Pancakes. you do nice things for me, and I do nice things for you. Good. Marianne wants me to install the siren up there so it goes out through that grate. As you can see, there's already a siren up there. That's because this house, when I bought it, was wired for alarm. All the windows have window sensors on it, the wired ones. They wired all this while the house was being built. I never installed the alarm system. I always wanted, never mind. Anyway, I'm going to, I'm not going to reuse that speaker. I took a picture of the tag and it says it's 12 volts, which is the same as this new one. But it says only 110 decibels at 3 meters. At 12.6 volts. So I guess that new one is actually louder. I can't get up that high without getting a ladder up here, and there's no getting a ladder up here. So I can, however, see the top of that picture, I can mount the alarm to let's call it an 18-inch 2x4 or something, and then put it up where it goes out through that grate. You can see the light shining up through there, and then run the cord down to here, to the top of the window. I want to be able to flip the switch off on that alarm in case it goes crazy, or I don't want it to go off while I'm not at home or something.
I'm just simply saying is I want a way to disable that thing because it's battery, and you can't. There's no. You can't cut the power off to the house. It won't turn it off. I mean, that's one of the advantages. This thing is like, when it goes off, it's going to go off until you turn it off or the battery runs down. There's the control unit right here. It's black, so you can't see it, of course. Everything's got to be black in the world. That's the panic button right there. Is that little white button. You push it, it makes noise. Ran the cord up and there. That lighter color wood, fresh wood, it's mounted to the top of that. And as you can see, it's pointing straight out that vent. That's just chicken wire. So, you know, it's basically, it doesn't really go through a wall, so it's going to be shooting straight outside. So that's about as loud as it's going to get. I didn't mess with the old siren. I just left it up there.
It's good and loud. Here's where Don has temporarily mounted the speaker hub, and you can see it's connected. It's powered on and is connected to our Wi-Fi. And we had a little trouble getting the leak detector to do more than just beep. Don created a scene that said, tell the speaker hub to say leak detected at kitchen sink or something like that. But I figured out how to create a strategy for the device that makes it work. Grok helped me. But I approached the question to him a little differently than what you had been approaching. So just demonstrate.
I'll try.
It's got to be enough water. There it goes.
Leak detected under kitchen sink.
Now, how handy is that?
Yeah.
It really wasn't that big of a deal, but for two IBM programmers, it did. Using the phone to configure devices is a little bit...
I'm going to write assembler.
Well, how about Rex or Python or I don't know what assembler, but yeah, it was
Just being ridiculous.
So just to clarify for Don, who is upstairs installing the siren thing, you create a scene, and that's how you communicate the message you want the speaker hub to say.
Okay.
Then you have to go back to the device itself and go under strategies, and they all are default strategy.
Okay.
So I created a leak when home. Because there's this concept of home and away, and I wasn't sure if we wanted it to be different or not. And I switched it from the default strategy to this new leak when home strategy.
Okay.
And in there I said, talk to the speaker hub.
Right.
Or with this message, and that I could choose the scene that you created.
Okay.
And I can also still send, well, you can send, an app it sends it to the app no matter what.
Right.
It sends up to 450 emails a month. It's kind of like TeslaFi. And it default only 20 SMS messages. So you better save that for some super duper important, like the house is on fire.
Well, the leak would be a good
Would be important. Yeah, right.
It
Well,
can leak when you're not at home.
right. Well, considering that, right. But the app is going to light up my watch and on my phone. And if you installed it on your phone and the app is active, it ought to send the messages too. So I don't know. I guess we can rethink turning on SMS for this strategy. They're called strategies.
Of course they are.
It really wasn't too bad. It's just once you got to figure out the first one, and then doing more is no big deal. But it did take some directed questions at Grok to sort it out. I took screenshots of the way I did it so we would know.
Good girl.
It's pretty cool. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
New home automation. Yay. Well, aren't you glad you have a wife that's excited about new home automation?
Yes, absolutely.
I never forget, you know, when I first started coming over to the house, the old thermostat that was on the wall.
Control the water heater.
It controlled the water heater temperature. Don had repurposed that, and that was
Worked great
a long time ago. Don was doing automation ahead of his time.
That's right.
Well, first off, it's a little after 4 p.m. We were late leaving for our walk because we were having fun with the automation, and we kept on adding one more thing.
One more thing, yeah.
We lost our son It was supposed to cloud up this afternoon, but it's 78 degrees out
Yes.
there. So
Very
even though
nice.
it's breezy and the leaves are coming down, we don't need a jacket. We're going to walk the trail just up to South Park and back, so we
Yep.
get a little outside fresh air, enjoy the outdoors time.
Yeah.
But, you know, get back to the house sooner than later since it's already so late in the day. Yeah, we were going to go to the Greenway and walk to the lake, and it's just...
Not going to happen.
I said I vetoed that when I realized what time it was, because I'm going to make chicken wings tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yum.
And Don's done a lot, so he needs a Sunday afternoon nap.
Really bad.
On cue, Donnie, yawn.
Problem.
Okay, so just to finish up, the siren sounds great.
Yeah.
The siren is all hooked up in the YoLink app, and the siren is all hooked up through the YoLink skill in the A app.
Right.
And there's a routine for turning the siren on and off, and you know, we know what the device name is there. It's fully controlled by Alexa. The one little thing that we had to test was which one was it? For the leak sensors, which I'll get to in a minute. I'll just hold that thought. So anyway, the siren's all hooked up. Same thing with the skills, got all the leak detectors, and we have A doing a routine with the voice alert if she also hears it. So we've got, you know, a leak is a critical problem.
Yeah.
You want to know. The thing that we had to test out to save you some time should you get the leak sensors is closed means there's water detected.
That's right. Okay.
Open means no water detected. So
Right.
the state is normally open and it closes when water's detected.
Right.
I said, let's try open because I didn't know. And then we had to try closed and verify that it works because we were running these routines a good bit. We finally figured how to add Dawn as a YoLink home member.
Right.
Grok told us some instructions. It didn't work. And then I told Grok, hey, I think the screens have changed since what you're telling me. Can you verify the current screens? And he's like, you're right. As of October, whatever the day is, here's how the screens have changed. Here's what you need to do. And then that was perfect. So don't give up on Grok. Push back a little bit.
Yeah.
I think, you know, just push back and say, that wasn't right. Can you double check what the screen's supposed to look like? And then he does like an additional search
Yeah.
and finds it. And that's happened a few times with these app screens.
That's right.
But anyway, Don was signed in as me, and the
Yes.
password was in our shared vault. And
Oh,
now he's signed in as himself.
That's right.
The reason why we pursued that is you can send emails to the admin or a certain user or all users or stuff when
Right.
you're setting it up. And there were several things I did all users, like the leak detector sensor thing. And so, you know, Don will get those also.
Right.
Because if we share the same account, then I'm the only one getting the email,
Right.
even though he's logged in as me. But
Right.
the app also is configured to send you. You can turn all of these on or off, so you
Right.
can get you can get alerted out the wazoo, but you can also turn it off. Don ordered a freezer detector
A 3-pack
with another
hub.
speaker hub.
Speaker
We're
hub.
planning to put one in the garage. I don't know where we plan
The
to
hub's
put.
going to go in the garage.
Right, that hub's going to go in the garage, and then I wanted to try YoLink's motion detector.
Right. Well,
I got two. I want to put basically one in the woods and one in the woods. So
we've ordered we ordered the 2 different things. We ordered the 3-pack of the refrigerator monitors, and then a 2 motion detector outdoor.
Right,
We
the
have
outdoor.
indoor and outdoor. We ordered the outdoor motion detector.
yeah, I have 2 more. I mean, I might could have ordered 2 more owls, and the owls seem to be working great. And they're attractive and they're cute and all of that. But you just get a jingle, and you won't know that the jingle happened if you're not home. And you know, they're a little less granular, specific. They're good for what they are.
Yes.
But this YoLink one is a scooch above. So
Right.
I wouldn't not add more owls, but also I wanted to try the YoLink one since we sort of invested in this ecosystem on top of the other stuff
That's
that we
right.
already have. And then you tell them you ordered one more thing for Shelly. You ordered a noise or vibration or something detector.
It's actually going to hook up to smart things. It's a vibration detector that can detect sound. And one of the uses of it is you put it on these devices that beep, like the doorbell or your owl
driveway
thing,
alert.
Driveway alert, and it can detect that volume, that
noise,
that vibration, and then it will send it will then trigger
notifications, whatever you set up.
So when somebody comes with our existing Mighty Mule driveway alert, if we put one of those vibration sensors on it, it'll beep, it'll set off the vibration sensor, and then we'll get a notification in SmartThings, which will then integrates in with Alexa, and we can then get a voice thing from Alexa. There's somebody at the driveway. So this is not anything to do with YoLink, but it's closing a hole because I already have existing stuff that I wanted to monitor,
right,
and get Alexa to tell me or automate. And Shelly's a good, perfectly fine, but they don't have anything, vibration sensors or alarms or anything like that. They tend to control things. They're not input sensors so much.
Right. So if we're home right now, we hear the driveway alert go off in the house and the garage. But if we're away from home, we don't know, which is not a horrible thing because we got cameras everywhere, and Ring will start telling me there's vehicles on the driveway, which I really do pay attention to if we happen to not be at the house.
Right.
When Don's home and I'm away from the house, I don't care, but right. and vice versa. Sure. But I do care right. Otherwise. But this will just be one more notch of a clear in your face. Somebody's just come down the driveway, which I like, adding that more very specific thing. So the short answer here, what I wanted to say is we did a bunch of automation stuff today. We did a bunch of automation stuff today, and we have fun stuff coming up with the mailbox, the driveway alert, motion sensors, and freezer cold detection. So we'll be making another pass, but hopefully now we know what we're doing in the YoLink app and stuff. There's less, initial learning curve and setup, and it'll go a little quicker.
Yeah, well, I have to say this gets all the way back to that whole thing about what's the Apple Home, what's it called?
Home, I don't know, HomePod?
No. Apple has their
right
smart stuff for the home. They call it one thing, and then there's
A's got it and Google's got it, and
Zigbee protocols. There's Matter, and there's Z-Wave, and there's Wi-Fi. Well, these YoLinks are not any of that. They're a mesh network. I imagine they're similar to my guess would be Z-Wave, but they're not Z-Wave. But anyway, the point is all these different competing things. The beauty of Shelly is it uses Wi-Fi. Everything is Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, or actually Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And so it's much more open, and in fact they expect you to program and write stuff, so you can integrate it so much nicer. But as I said, they're not into the input devices. They're into output devices, switches and relays and things of this nature. So I guess what I'm saying is that you would think by now we would have some homogeneous mixture of stuff to do it, because I've looked at home, not the Apple thing, but there's another DIY one, but I don't want to do all that. I don't want to set all that stuff up.
Yeah, but you just ask Grok to write the code now.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, it's not that I don't like to write in the code. It's just I only have so much bandwidth,
Yeah.
And that's why I got the little vibration sensors when Grok told me, we'll just get a vibration sensor, because I was asking Grok, well, how can I hook this up and get it into? He said, well, don't do any of that, you silly boy. Just go get you a vibration sensor. They detect sound just fine. That's they detect breaking glass, for example. They detect a lot of stuff. He said they have different sensitivity. So you can really crank them up or down, and you probably want them work. And for 15 bucks a piece, why would I spend an hour writing code if I can buy a piece of hardware for 15 bucks and be done with it?
Right. Yolink does also have door and glass window detectors. I didn't study that any, but they have that.
Right. This one is about 1.4 inches in diameter, and it's like 3/8 of an inch thick. It's round. It's,
right. The vibration thing is small. You told me it's tiny. Yeah. Yeah, that's all true. I want to add another aside. If Ring would have just let me sound the siren on the boardwalk camera, the I forget, I'm drawing a blank on what that camera is, but that fancy Ring camera that has a siren, we've got 2 of them. But if it would just let you manually decide, I want to make use of the siren on that camera,
right,
and that light.
Right.
I wouldn't have been looking for an alternate siren source, but Ring only, you can have the siren go off when motion is detected and the light comes on. Well, or you can go into the app and turn it on manually with your finger. You know, you can turn it on, but you can't tell A to detect an event at your house and make use of the existing siren on that camera, which is a little stupid if you ask me, Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're a Ring Plus people, and that would be you know, when I originally bought that camera, I just sort of assumed since it had a siren, I could use the siren. Well, I can use the siren in 75% of my use cases, and then the other 25%, they left me hanging. So, oh well, but maybe someday. Yeah, there's a couple things Ring needs to do. They need to add deer AI detection to their cameras.
Yeah.
They need to add cat and dog better. I guess they're starting to do some stuff with dog, but they haven't tackled cats yet. Because I really want to say, hey, I want to go in there and say, hey, this is Stripe. See the white on his nose. This is, I understand they couldn't tell Morris and Marty apart, because some of you can't either, but oh, come on, it's clear as day. But anyway, I get it, that might be a stretch, but where is the last time, you know, you saw the orange cat in the yard? Yeah. There's things they could be doing for us. I am over the initial thrill of AIs can do anything, and I have real defined needs now that I need these things. Just do it. Yep. All right. We stalled all we can on going to walk.
I was hoping it'd start raining. We could just blow it off, but I guess I'm not going to get lucky.
Oh, I don't know. You're 78 degrees. Your girl might make you walk anyway. So a couple things to report. Number one, they came and mowed this empty lot down about a week ago. So that's nice. And then they came back and they trimmed along the metal fence line here, because I came by and I was like, well, that's great. They mowed that down, but then left all those tall weeds. So now somebody has come and handled the tall weeds. Down on the other side of the bridge, they think they're done. They have put grass seed and straw down. Grass seed and straw. And then we're going to show you a minute that they've paved and, you know, got the end of the trail over here ready for people to be on it again. They've taken all the barricades and stuff down. Like we said, they've come and put down straw and grass seed. Be all nice and paved.
Yeah, and they put sod down. I think that's not just grass. I think they put sod down.
Well, they put down that straw pre-netted, can't slide away grass seed or something. Well, they use that darn landscaping netting that kills snakes. I would
snakes. That's right.
I would prefer they not use that. It's a detriment to wildlife. But at least you can safely walk the trail now. Legally and safely walk the trail, and none of this equipment's gone, right? Not yet. It's still all here.
Yeah, it's hard to say if it's still working or used or not. I imagine that power pole being on means it's still active.
Right, you mean the light there and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's different than, that power is different than the power.
Watch out for the bicyclists coming up. Well, they didn't prep for the haunted trail so well that they blew the walkway here, the trail. Well, we made it up here. And it's not rained. Time to go back down the trail. All right, we walked for an hour. My watch said 1.76 miles, and we picked up a lot of trash and threw a lot of branches off of the trail.
Yeah.
And some pine straw too. We was playing little kids in the pine straw.
Yeah.
There's quite a few people on the trail.
It was.
Parents out with kids on scooters and bikes and stuff.
Yeah. For a non-sunny day.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, it's plenty warm.
Yeah, it's not cold at all. It's very comfortable. A little sticky now. The humidity's coming up because I guess it's gonna rain.
Well, I hope so. We could use some rain. Now that everybody's weekend's over, let's bring it on.
Yeah.
It's just that spot in particular.
There's the three little.
Yep, those kids were on the trail.
Little girl in red, her name is Emery.
Uh-huh.
She had it written on her scooter, and I asked her, "Are you Emery?" She said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, I'm Mr. Don."
Cute. We've been home for a bit. There's been a couple of drops of rain out there, but no real rain. I've prepped chicken wings for dinner, and you know, I've got bags 21 and 22 to do to finish the owl, so that ought to work out while the wings are cooking. It's finished. Acceptance letter, some more 25-year celebration minifigures, and I assembled the frog and put the wand on the base. Although they didn't tell you to do that, but that's what it looks like in the picture on the box.